What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, wow. Okay, look, I don't like talk. Okay, I was about to say I don't like talking about people, but if you're a fool, if you're especially a fool, if you're extra, and you get got basically, I have to sit back, kick my feet up, popcorn. I'm just laughing. Yo, formerly known as Gamertag Radio, I'm gonna change the name to Gamertag Mafia, because these fools don't play. Okay, Parris is now the honorary slapper of he's the gangster. He's the internet video game gangster. He's like, you gonna talk some shit? Brap through the internet. He's done it twice now. 2-0. He slapped Dreamcast guy across the country. And now he's slapping Lano. He's slapping Reforge Gamer. Reforge, whatever his name is. I'm like, oof. Ooh, it was so. And then Danny came in and said, yo, tag me in, son. Leg drop, elbow drop. I was like, oh, yo, man, they just ganging up on this little guy. Come on now. Is it fair? Yeah, it's fair. You shouldn't be talking shite. You should be talking shite. Now, I've listened to, it's Alex's long form. I forgot how long it was. It was at least half an hour of him going through all the different things that happened with this exchange between Reforge, Lano, and Parris. And Parris, I think, sent him two messages after the fact, and then I think 2 DMs or whatever. That's it. But Lano, he's on there. He's like, I'm retracted because I don't know your heart. And I'm like, I don't know your heart? I'm like, really? You know what? This generation is great. It's special. It's great. It's definitely a turning point. Because before this generation, just before the consoles launched, this generation, it's a bunch, Sony was the leader, whatever. A bunch of people jumped on Sony's bandwagon, right? And so everybody's pro Sony, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of people built their channels around that and gained a little success through that, right? Sure, if that's what you do, that's what you do. It's not what I do, but, to each his own. And so, but now, because it has been so long that the ponies and the donkey unicorns have been bashing and harassing, if you will, not harassing, but just bashing on Xbox fans, or Xbots, as they would call them, us. It's been that way so long that seems like the norm, right? But there are people out there, i.e. Parris and Godfrey, Danny Pena, and there's other people there. I mean, Alex is PC dude, and Parris is too for the most part, but he likes Xbox. Gamertag Radio. I mean, Gamertag Mafia. Let's go. There's others out there, like Fratanga. Once again, he's a PC guy, but he's really just going in for the console war salt. He's a salt miner. And so it's been that way for so long that these donkey unicorns and ponies were not ready for someone like Parris and someone like Danny and someone like Fratanga and someone like Alex to come up and slap these fools through the internet. They weren't ready. So they can't compete, they can't combat it, because what they do is, for a lack of a better term, they regurgitate some of them do what Reforge is astroturfing is his favorite word for some reason. I mean, that happens in some instances, I'm sure, because it's part of business. Let's be real. And I would say it happens more so on the Sony side than it does the Xbox side, because as we have discussed and established in previous videos, that Sony is a perception company. They want people to have the perception that Sony PlayStation is the best, is number one, is the market leader, regardless of what the actual truth is. That's all they care about. That's why they give you the numbers that aren't actual sales numbers. They give you ship numbers. They give you manufactured numbers. Like, yo, if you want to break it down, Sony manufactured 75 million consoles. Period. That's it. That has no indication, that has no bearing, that has no anything on how much they sold, how much money they made from the consoles. That has no bearing on. That number doesn't equate to how much money they made because it's not how many they sold. Anyway, sorry, I always got a tangent on that. And also, Concord, biggest failure. Thank you, Sony. Anyway, so Reforge, in his infinite wisdom, got smacked across the internet by Parris. He said all the things that I wish that I could have said, but of course, Parris has a bigger brain, probably literally, because he's a big guy, and I mean, big muscles, big, not like. Anyway, he's tall too, and so he probably has a better grasp on vocabulary than I. He's probably more intelligent than I would say. I'm not the smartest guy, not even close. And so I see what he's done, Parris, to Reforge as a victory. It's a victory for the video game industry as a whole. This is why I like Parris. This is why I like Danny. This is why I like Vertanga and Alex, because I mean, Vertanga and Alex, they're more entertainers. They're more trollers. They're more meme people. They're salt miners. They're funny. They're entertaining, and that's first and foremost. But Parris and Danny aren't entertainers. They're video game enthusiasts. I don't even know if I should call them journalists. I mean, they do the job that journalists do, except they're not affiliated with a website, if you will, a journalist website, or whatever you want to call it. But they still do the same job, and sometimes do it better, And so what he did, like I said, is a W for the industry because it exposes these frauds. Reforge Game, that's his name. He exposed Dreamcast guy so hard that everyone knows that he's a grifter now. People I was like, grifter? Have I heard that word before? I looked it up. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I might have. I never really had to use it or encountered. At least I don't think I've encountered anyone of that ilk in my circles because, I'm just a regular guy doing a regular job. I'm not like a super businessman and stuff, but being on YouTube, you're subject to those things. And he gave Dreamcast guy his medicine, and that's that. And now he's giving Lano his medicine. And have you seen? I don't know. It was, I think it's AGN who does the CG, the AI rendered the AI rendered Reforge Gaming. He's like a little computer dude, and he's all. It's like, yo, that's pretty good. He's got the receding hairline and everything. I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. I hope he does one for me. I want to be a computer avatar. I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna figure out what he used. Probably Mid-Journey or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's great because once again, it's health of the industry. I mean, for us, we see this, but like casuals, they're not gonna see it. They don't even listen to these podcasts. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who Lano is. They don't know who Parris is. But the fact that Parris is more closer to a mainstream content provider, that's not right. He's just more mainstream because he is affiliated closely with Microsoft and some of their big shows, and he does get the big interviews. And part of what happens and what is happening now, as far as Lano going after Parris, talking about, some of these people who do these interviews with Phil are astroturfing. That's basically what he said. And then Parris was like, nah, son. He, Reforge, he's jealous that he doesn't have that access to Phil. Look, Danny has been doing it for I mean, more than 15 years because I was living in Boynton and he was having a show in Miami. It was like he was promoting kind of just like it was a party. I forgot what it was. It was like it was a gamer tag radio presents something, right? And I was like, oh snap, I should go. And this is like, I probably did one show, one podcast or something like that. It was just when I was just getting into like podcasting with All Games. Excuse me. And I was like, man, I should go. But it was just going to be me driving all the way down. It's like an hour and a half drive. I was like, and I was all tired and it was late. And I was like, and I didn't do it. For all I could be part of the GTM, the Gamer Tag Mafia. I could be part of them right now if I would have got my lazy butt up and went down to Miami and chilled with them and say, yo, what's up, son? Here's my email. Here's my, check out my show. Yo, I could come on your, I could have done all that. But you know what? I was green. I mean, I still am kind of, but not really. I mean, I think the difference now is that I don't care. I have no cares about what people say or anything like that, because there's bigger things in life to worry about than video game content warring. No. What did someone call it? It's not the console war anymore. It's the it's not the content war. I know some people say that too. But it is the it's not the ecosystem war. It is the how do you say? I'll get it. Don't worry. It'll come to mind, or I'll put it up. Anyway, so Parris is doing the work of many men. I think Gaz said it on Twitter, and he said this non-kumbaya version of Parris is entertaining or something. He said he gives it a 2 thumbs up or I approve or something like that. I was like, I agree with Septic Sauce, because that it's like, yo, Parris don't give no shites. He don't give no F's. He's handing them out. Who's next? That's what I'm like, yo. I mean, look, if Parris keeps going and knocking these fools out, he's sniping these fools. If he keeps going, who else is next for real? I mean, I think maybe the big dog is Colin Moriarty, but I don't know if see, Colin, I think, is a little too smart to do the things that Reforge does, because he doesn't. For the most part, Colin doesn't get personal. He doesn't say, "Oh, well, he doesn't do what Reforge does. He doesn't do what Dreamcast that guy does." He pretty much sticks to ridiculing, criticizing Microsoft and praising PlayStation, but he never goes after like creators or anything. And I think the only time he went after somebody is when he was invited on a podcast, a show or something, and then I forgot what the dude's name was. I did a video about it, and Colin destroyed his ass live on TV. It's like, whoops, yeah, that's what you don't do. So in that respect, I give Colin his props, in that he conducts himself like, grown ass man, a human being and stuff. So, I mean, he's still kind of wrong about a lot of stuff he says, but it's all good. He can love Sony all he wants. That's his happy place. I'm not the one to take away man's happiness. So let him be happy over there. But as far as these grifters and these tabloidists, he said, what does he say? He's a logician. He's a tablician. He's a tablician. That's Reforge is a tablician. That's the new one. He lost the logician whatever moniker. He's a tablician now. That doesn't even sound right, but I'm gonna say it. That's what he is. Tablician. So being a tablician, he just makes up ridiculous claims, and he puts everybody in a little boat, and he's got the crazy headlines and stuff, and he gets smacked by the GTM. You know what I'm saying? First officer Parris Lilly reporting for duty. Slap. Oh man, it's so good. I appreciate Alex as well. Oh no, it's Alex and Tanga for getting in there and going through the videos and like kind of doing play-by-play. because I don't have the setup to do that yet. I don't know if I'll ever do stuff like that because it's I don't know. It feels a little not unnatural, but it's just I just like to talk about things. And like I said before, once I do get the streaming or the setup done, I will be on Twitter looking at stuff. But at the same time, it's like I pull up little images and stuff like that. But it's not that important, really. What is important, of course, is the health of the industry all the time. Concord being the biggest failure in the history of video games. Bungie being the biggest acquisition failure of video games in recent history. PlayStation going down, and all those good things. You know how it is. But yeah, I mean, this is an ongoing saga. I'm sure Reforge isn't gonna let it go. He retracted it, but Parris called it a half-ass apology or whatever he said. And he's right. Everything Parris said is right. And the thing about Parris is, like, he'll say stuff. If he gets something wrong, he'll come out and be like, yeah, I got it wrong, my bad, And it's all good because he will admit that he's wrong. And some people, it's hard for people to admit that they're wrong. For some people. And for Reforge, Refraud, Lano. It's hard for him to admit that he's wrong, and he thinks he's the smartest guy not in the room, but on the internet. No, like he can't believe that. I guess he might be the smartest pony. He's the smartest guy in the PlayStation talking head community, maybe. I don't know. Does he think he's smarter than Colin Moriarty? I hope not, because I know for the fact he's not. But whatever. Like I said, people with large vocabularies, dangerous when they're knuckleheads. But I appreciate y'all hanging the show. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Hit me in the comments. Go watch Alex's video. Get the full scoop of how everything went down. And let me know what you think. You think you think Lano's reputation is going down? Such as like Dreamcast guy's reputation as a grifter. Now he's a what I call him? A tablition. I think tab. I gotta figure out how to spell tablition. Tablision. Yeah. So I appreciate. I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Tilt the weight.